District 1 Woman of the Year comes from Franklin County.
Hi, I'm Ann Model. I'm the District 1 farm wife for 2019. I live in Riverdale, Idaho. It's just about 7 miles northeast of Preston, Idaho in Franklin County. We farm about 50 acres of hay. Most of that's rented, and then we have some ground that we own, and we run about 20 head of mother beef cows. And father's Gerald Marchant. He's on the Idaho State Farm Bureau board. I work part-time in town for Schooler Grain, and then my husband is parts manager at Valley Implement. Graduated from BYU in animal science and have a master's degree from Utah State in ag systems, and that's where I met my husband. Tom was at Utah State, but I bleed BYU blue. We have 4 children. They're all involved in agriculture one way or another. I hope that as they, get more settled and in their lives, that they'll also be, like you say, 3rd generation Farm Bureau members and do more than just buy the insurance, be active in the Federation. You join an organization like Farm Bureau, and that, gives you a much greater voice than if you were just a lone person out there spitting in the wind. And it's an organization that has a lot of different voices that they, what is good for the cattle rancher, the potato farmer might not really care about that much, but I think Farm Bureau does a good job of, trying to blend all those different voices and just, be a voice for us to do what's good for agriculture. The Mack trailer has been, kudos to whoever worked on getting that coming to fruition, because that's been a really good thing. I've helped several times we've taken that into the Preston School District, and those kids just eat that up, and when they're making the pancakes and stuff, and we're shaking the butter, it's kind of neat to be able to say, tell them that these are all products that are grown right here where you live.
This is our 79th annual meeting.
One of the greatest benefits I've found to Farm Bureau membership is the associations, friendships, contacts you make in Farm Bureau. Just whether it's a contact that's going to help you with your farming operation, or just a great friend who you can count on. It's really important for those of us in agriculture to join in common cause and have a voice. There are so few of us in production agriculture. All I ever wanted to be was a cowboy.
Ann Model, District 1 Woman of the Year.
Through the lens of her trusty Nikon, an artist shows the beauty of their beloved Chalice Ranch.
Hi, my name is Carol Chamberlain. I live here in Chalice, Idaho. I'm married to Gary Chamberlain. We have 2 kids, Jim and Lisa. We ranch, we manufacture hay cubes. We run 250 head of cattle, 200 and some head of ewes, and raise hay, and we raise grain. We live in God's country. that we do. I like taking pictures. I really like other people that don't live here, people that live in the inner city areas, people that live in the housing project in the inner city areas. They never see this. I like people to see what I see almost every day on a daily basis.
3 decades ago, this District 2 Woman of the Year met Gary Chamberlain through an Help Wanted ad in the newspaper.
Carol is absolutely precious beyond words. I never cease to laugh and enjoy every day with Carol. I answered the ad, and she's just been amazing ever since. I can put her on any piece of machinery. She takes care of the animals. She never complains, just keeps right on going.
Carol's other job on the ranch is one that she relishes, telling the story of ranching through her photos and videos. Her photos are on Facebook, they're in galleries in town, and her website, and she has a worldwide audience.
I like to show through my pictures what it takes to raise a calf, to raise a lamb, to put out a crop of grain, and to make our hay cubes, and where our hay cubes go, where they end up.
And this lifelong member of Farm Bureau remains steadfast in her support.
Farm Bureau has been with us from day one. They have been marvelous. They have helped us out tremendously.
Carol Chamberlain, District 2, Woman of the Year.
I'm Amy Tabor of Shoshone, Idaho. So we started with Morgan horses in 1996. We bought a mare and foal from Don Pruitt over in Buell, Idaho. Since then, we have focused on working ranch Morgans. We also show in the reining pen, show on trail course, extreme trail, working cow horse, ranch versatility, etc.
District 3 Woman of the Year, Amy Taylor, lives a life of passion, showing the Morgans across the nation, and it's a family affair. Everyone in the family shows the versatile horse.
The Morgans, we like them. They are the very best of everything that is equine. They have heart, they have stamina, they're kind of pretty to look at. We just find that the genetics of the Morgan, they are very physically sound, physically sturdy.
That excellence bleeds over into farm operations, and the Tabors have a large farm.
So we farm roughly 4,000 acres of grain, alfalfa hay, corn for silage, and corn grain. So we milk 800 head. We have about an 85-pound rolling herd average per day. We raise all of our own replacement heifers.
Donnelly Farms is part of the family partnership and is recognized as one of the best dairies in Idaho. And the key to success is happy cows.
So these are our cows that are on vacation. They've dried off, they're in their dry off period. They'll be out here 3 to 4 months. Happy cows, good milk, high production, longevity. Can't beat that.
And husband Darren Tabor says Amy is Woman of the Year every day.
As a farm wife, she runs and gets parts when I need them. She brings me meals in the field in the middle of the night sometimes. She's been a really good support for me. It definitely makes me be able to do what I do.
Amy says she's been around Farm Bureau all her life.
Really like the depth and breadth of Farm Bureau as an ag advocate organization and our political action committees.
Amy says with Farm Bureau at her side, she'll continue to show horses and farm with confidence. Amy Tabor, District 3, Woman of the Year.
1 week after Mary Blackstock was selected as the District 4 Farm Bureau Woman of the Year, she suddenly passed away. Much deserving of the award, we went to her mother and 4 best friends to tell the Mary Blackstock story. We begin with Mother Fran Murkowski.
She's a very determined little girl, no matter what she took on. She would follow through on it. Happy child, very active child, very curious child, a lovely child.
Mom says it was a Shetland pony and involvement in 4-H back in Quilcy, Washington, that headed Mary down the path to life on a cattle ranch in Owyhee County. It is also where she met Jody Holt, her lifelong buddy.
We lived in a small town. There was not a lot to do. We did basketball, we did sports that way, but the cattle and the horses is what kept us connected all these years. And Mary was one of those that you could talk to her every day, or you could talk 6 months and you'd pick up right where you left off, and your friendship was always there.
Mary came to Owyhee County to show cattle for the E.G. Foote Cattle Ranch. Husband Ted says after asking 5 times, Mary finally said yes and proudly took the Blackstock name. Friend Connie Brondo says Mary was crazy fun and quickly fit in.
The first time we ever met Mary, there's a little local bar we all used to go to, the Snake River Inn. We went down there on Halloween, and I think Halloween was one of Mary's favorite times. But went in, and there's this thing sitting in the corner booth, and it had on an orange chenille bedspread and a pumpkin on its head with little corncob earrings hanging from it, and sat there drinking her beer through a straw, because you got free beer as long as the bar didn't recognize who you were. And so finally, she picked the pumpkin off of her head and set it down, and for the next 6 months, all we knew her as was the pumpkin lady is what we called her. And then found out later on it was Mary Murkowski. She worked for E.G. Foote, and that she got the nickname of Mad Mary Murkowski around there because she was so crazy fun.
All right. On another Halloween, Mary came as a cowboy. And in cowboy country, not even her best friends knew who she was.
Full mustache, and big hairy eyebrows, and the
cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I recognized the clothing.
But not the person behind it. And Ted would never go out with us on Halloween. He always came as the Invisible Man.
Neighbor Debbie Bass.
Mary just kind of showed up in my yard one day, and we had mutual friends, and we just talked, and I instantly knew that she was going to be my friend for the rest of my life, and she was.
Bass moved to Alaska for a while, prompting Mary to send her a box of, Owyhee County.
I got a box one day, and it was for Mary, and I thought, what in the heck did she do? And it was full of sagebrush. She had mailed me sagebrush because she knew I was missing the smell, and we were.
Mary was all about community. If there was a need for leadership, she filled the void. Jody Moose considered Mary her second mom.
Mary was our 4-H leader for 30 plus years in our 4-H club. And as I started in as a 10-year-old kid showing beef, Mary was diehard, was all about teaching you the right way to do it the first time around. And, there was no sugarcoating anything. If you needed to do something, she told you to do it and how to do it. And if you didn't do it, there would be consequences. White cattle or Herefords, she would do this, were always insufficient in the show ring. She said, black cattle, there's only one place for them, and that's with the blue ribbon.
And the famous Wilson Butte 4-H Club Trail Ride, an event Mary staged on the Blackstock Ranch to raise funds for 4-H.
It was crazy the amount of hours that Mary spent and the exposure that she gave the ranch. Some good, some bad. I mean, she said, gosh, Ted's upset with me because we've got people driving out in the pastures. But every year she would commit to organizing everything for our 4-H club and get the volunteers and get the donated items. And we had people from North Idaho. We had some people come up from Nevada. They had all heard about the trail ride.
Mary also instigated the Rural Fire Protection District. Her efforts helped save life and property during the Soda Fire.
Rural Fire Protection District, the group that the ranchers put together to help fight fire. I think she was one of the instigators in getting the ranchers around here involved in it. You have to go to the training every year, and she did that. They had the fire trucks here. They have all the equipment, the radios and stuff. And when that soda fire threatened our place, and it was 3 days coming over the mountain, they showed up there at our house with all their fire protection equipment and all of that. She was there for everybody. She's lucky she didn't lose her life then, because they got kind of trapped in a whirlwind thing, and the fire actually blew over the top of them.
Mary Blackstock, a wonderful friend, community leader, loving wife and mother, and in 2019, District 4 Farm Bureau Woman of the Year.
My name is Kathy Wrigley. I'm the wife of Mike Wrigley. We've been married over 36 years. We have a self-employed business and farm, and we have 3 gorgeous boys.
The toughest job on Mike and Kathy Wrigley's Bonner Ferries farm is keeping up with Kathy.
Okay, these are my green beans. I have 4 50-foot rows of green beans that I sell. They're gourmet. The other day I picked 30 pounds, and that was just the first picking, basically.
You can kind of leave the world behind, I guess.
I can. I turn my music on and just play and know that I am having a good time growing stuff for my family.
The Wrigleys work more than 300 acres of land, and they do most of the work themselves.
And then we have some Timothy hay and things too. So, and then I work as a special ed parapro at one of the local elementary schools, and that's 9 months out of the year. And then the other 3 months out of the year, I'm baling hay and doing the books for the semi and the farm and all the stuff that goes with having an employee.
Kathy is an equal partner in the diversified operation, and yes, there's more.
We have 25 at the 3 mile area here, and then 25 at our house. That's 25 cows, and then they each have a baby. They're really good to raise.
How did Farm Bureau come to be?
Well, he's even had it way back when he was a kid in high school. He's just always had Farm Bureau insurance. His mom and dad had a dairy and had insurance through the Farm Bureau too, and so he just latched on, and we've just got the farm and all of the vehicles and everything we could put on it, and absolutely love it.
Mike Wrigley says this Woman of the Year is well deserved.
Yeah. She's always there whenever we need anything, whether it's wrestling a calf or baling hay or whatever. She's always there to lend a hand and get the job done. So, can't say enough about them.
Husband Mike serves on the county board. Their son in YF&R, and Kathy, the consummate volunteer in Bandry County Farm Bureau. Serving 3 decades and counting, Kathy is proud to serve. Kathy Wrigley, District 5, Woman of the Year.